Every year on March 1st, Self-Injury Awareness Day, or SIAD, shines a light on an issue that is often misunderstood and rarely discussed openly. This day is recognized around the world as a time to break the silence and bring attention to the realities faced by those who self-injure. For many, self-injury is a deeply personal struggle, hidden behind closed doors and shrouded in stigma. The pain is not always visible, and the reasons behind it are complex, often rooted in emotional distress, trauma, or mental health challenges. SIAD is about fostering understanding, compassion, and support for those who struggle with self-injury. It's a day to remind ourselves and others that empathy and kindness can make a real difference in someone's life. The goal isn't to glorify self-harm, but to educate, dispel myths, and create safe spaces for honest conversation. By talking openly, we can challenge the misconceptions that surround self-injury, such as the belief that it's simply a cry for attention or a sign of weakness. Education is a powerful tool. When we learn the facts, we can better support friends, classmates, or loved ones who may be struggling. SIAD encourages us to listen without judgment and to offer resources and understanding instead of shame. SIAD reminds us that self-injury is a complex coping mechanism, not a cry for attention. It's often a way for people to manage overwhelming emotions or regain a sense of control when life feels chaotic. By dedicating a day to this issue, we send a powerful message. No one has to face this alone. There is hope, and there is help available. SIAD is a reminder that reaching out for support is a sign of strength, not weakness. It encourages communities, schools, and families to learn and ask how we can offer better support. Whether it's through education, open dialogue, or simply being there to listen, everyone can play a role in making a difference. Self-Injury Awareness Day urges us to look beyond physical marks and see the person in pain. It's about recognizing the humanity and vulnerability in each of us and responding with care. It's a call to replace judgment with empathy and to build bridges of connection. When we reach out, we help break the cycle of isolation and shame that so often surrounds self-injury. SIAD is a beacon of hope, celebrating resilience and honoring those on their recovery journey. It's a day to acknowledge the courage it takes to seek help and to support others in their healing. It's a promise to keep fighting stigma and advocating for better resources. Together, we can push for more accessible mental health care, better education, and a world where no one feels ashamed to ask for help. On this day, we stand together, lighting the world with compassion. By raising awareness, we take one step closer to a future where everyone feels seen, heard, and supported, today and every day. To truly understand Self-Injury Awareness Day, it's important to start with the basics. What exactly is self-injury, and why does it matter? This topic is often misunderstood, and breaking down the facts can help us support those who are struggling. Self-injury, sometimes called non-suicidal self-injury or NSSI, is when someone intentionally hurts their own body, but not as a way to end their life. It's a complex behavior that can be difficult to talk about, but it's more common than many people realize. People who self-injure might cut, scratch, burn, or hit themselves. These actions are usually done in secret and often leave behind physical marks or scars. But the real pain is emotional. Self-injury is a way to cope with feelings that are overwhelming, confusing, or hard to express. It's important to know that self-injury is not the same as a suicide attempt. Instead, it's a way for people to manage intense emotional pain, stress, or numbness when they feel like they have no other options. For many, self-injury brings a brief sense of relief, calm, or control. It can feel like a release valve when emotions are too much to handle. But this relief is temporary and often followed by guilt, shame, or regret. Some people use self-injury as a way to punish themselves, especially if they struggle with feelings of self-hatred or blame. Others might do it to feel something, anything, when they're emotionally numb or disconnected from the world around them. The reasons behind self-injury are deeply personal and can vary from person to person. It's not always easy to understand from the outside. There's a harmful myth that people who self-injure are just seeking attention. In reality, most go to great lengths to hide their injuries, covering up with long sleeves or avoiding situations where their scars might be seen. Shame and fear of judgment keep many silent. Self-injury is often a symptom of deeper struggles, like trauma, anxiety, depression, or other mental health challenges. It's a sign that someone is hurting and needs understanding, not judgment. Supporting someone who self-injures means looking beyond the behavior and addressing the root causes. This might involve therapy, support groups, or learning new ways to cope with difficult emotions. Healing starts with self-compassion, helping people treat themselves with kindness, patience, and understanding. Recovery is possible, and no one has to face it alone. By learning about self-injury, we take the first step toward breaking the stigma, offering real support and helping people find hope and healing. Self-Injury Awareness Day began not with institutions but with individuals determined to break the silence. In the late 1990s, the internet connected people who self-injured, creating communities where they felt understood. Within these online spaces, the idea for an awareness day took root, a grassroots effort to challenge stigma and misinformation. March 1st became a symbol of solidarity, empathy, and advocacy. Early supporters shared stories, wore orange ribbons, and wrote love on their arms to spark conversation. There was no central committee, just a collective desire for change. These humble beginnings prove that even the most entrenched stigmas can be challenged when people unite. SIAD's origins remind us that real change starts with courage and community. As SIAD gained momentum in the 2000s, key milestones propelled it onto the global stage. Organizations like Life Signs in the UK provided resources and legitimacy, while academic conferences and research brought credibility. The International Society for the Study of Self-Injury helped shift the conversation to evidence-based care. Grassroots advocacy, non-profit support, and scientific research combined to transform SIAD into a recognized global event. Together, these efforts created a powerful movement for hope and understanding. SIAD is marked by simple, powerful symbols of solidarity. The orange ribbon represents hope and a commitment to ending stigma. Writing love on one's arm transforms a site of pain into a message of acceptance and self-worth. The Butterfly Project encourages drawing a butterfly on the skin as a reminder to stay safe and connected to loved ones. These symbols are more than gestures. They open conversations and remind people they're not alone. Anyone can participate, whether they've struggled themselves or are allies. On March 1st, these symbols create a visible web of support worldwide. They show that healing and connection are possible for everyone. The urgency of SIAD is clear in the numbers. About 17% of teenagers and up to 35% of college students have self-injured. Self-injury affects people of all backgrounds, but young people are especially vulnerable. These statistics reveal a hidden crisis in our schools and communities. Non-suicidal self-injury is a strong predictor of future suicidal behavior, making early intervention vital. The World Health Organization confirms this is a global issue, not confined to any one culture. These aren't just numbers. They're our friends, students, and neighbors. SIAD challenges the myth that self-injury is rare or attention-seeking. The day's work is crucial. Raising awareness, reducing shame, and ensuring support is within reach. Today, SIAD's mission is more vital than ever, to break the silence and dismantle the stigma surrounding self-injury in our increasingly interconnected world. As awareness grows, SIAD adapts, recognizing that stigma can take many forms: shame, misunderstanding, or isolation, and that these barriers can exist in every community, regardless of background or culture. The organization's modern mission is to create a global environment where people feel safe to speak up, seek help, and support one another without fear of judgment. SIAD's campaigns focus on sparking open, honest conversations, whether that's at the family dinner table, in classrooms with students and teachers, or in the privacy of a healthcare setting. These conversations are designed to replace silence with understanding and to encourage people of all ages to talk about mental health and self-injury openly. The goal is to make asking for help a sign of strength, not weakness, and to make responding with empathy and compassion the norm in every interaction. SIAD wants everyone to know that reaching out is brave and that support is always available. Through public education, SIAD teaches people to recognize the warning signs of self-injury and to respond with calm concern rather than panic or judgment. Community workshops, informational materials, and outreach events help equip friends, families, and professionals with the tools they need to offer meaningful support. Modern SIAD also highlights a wide range of resources like 24/7 hotlines, therapy apps that offer confidential support, and peer support groups where people can share their experiences and find understanding. These resources are promoted to ensure that help is accessible to everyone, no matter where they are. The aim is to build a comprehensive safety net so that everyone knows exactly where to turn for help, whether they're struggling themselves or supporting someone else. SIAD envisions a world where no one falls through the cracks. SIAD also advocates for better mental health education in schools, ongoing professional training for those in healthcare and education, and accurate, sensitive portrayals of self-injury in the media. By working with teachers, journalists, and medical professionals, SIAD helps shape a more informed and compassionate society. By tackling the issue from every possible angle, education, advocacy, support and awareness, SIAD seeks to create lasting cultural change that will benefit generations to come. The vision is clear, a world where support is immediate, compassionate and effective, and where everyone feels empowered to seek help and offer hope. The future of self-injury awareness is bright, driven by technology, policy and inclusivity. Social media campaigns and virtual events make support accessible worldwide. Advocacy is pushing to decriminalize self-harm and prioritize compassionate care. Prevention and early intervention are key, teaching emotional skills in schools and training adults to spot warning signs. Research may lead to new treatments, while campaigns become more inclusive of diverse communities. Tailored resources for men, LGBTQ+ individuals, people of color, and neurodivergent people are growing. The future rejects one-size-fits-all solutions, focusing on personalized support. SIAD's evolution ensures everyone feels understood and valued. The goal, a world where healing is possible for all. The story of SIAD is about the power of human connection. Change begins when we turn toward pain with courage and compassion. You don't need to be an expert to make a difference. Listening without judgment is powerful. Educate yourself about self-injury to replace myths with understanding. Respond with empathy when someone confides in you, and share accurate information to reduce stigma. Practice listening. Create safe spaces for others to speak their truth. Sometimes just being present is the greatest gift you can offer. Advocate for compassion. Wear an orange ribbon, share resources, or support mental health organizations. Every small act builds a culture of care. Together, we can ensure no one suffers in silence and that hope and healing are always possible.